Why is my oven not browning?
Your food won't brown if it is wrapped in too many layers of foil to keep the juices in. And it certainly won't brown if you forget to turn it on.
I do turn it on when I put food in.
Frozen food has to thaw before it browns, not long before it burns.
Seriously?
If your food was browning too fast, I'd say put it on a lower rack. If it is not browning at all, move it to the top rack.
I did not think that made a difference.
Food won't brown if it is too far from the heating elements. You may need to put the food on a different rack, or move the rack higher in the oven to cook it properly.
Or the oven is not cooking things right.
Look at the oven when you turn it on. Make sure all the heating elements are turning on.
Everything does glow when I start it up.
Most ovens use broiler elements to heat up the oven. The baking elements kick in once the oven is up to temperature, and the oven won't brown the food if one or more of the baking elements is dead.
That could also cause uneven heating, where one side of the cake is browned, but the other is not.
If the heating element does not stay on all the time and turns on and off a lot, you could get a hotter temperature near the top of the oven. In that case, browning it means putting it on the top rack.
I want the bottom of the item to brown as well.
So put it on the lower rack, assuming those heating elements are working right.
What else can I do?
Replace any heating elements that have burned out. Switch the oven to a convection mode so that the air circulates faster and more evenly heats the food so you have a brown top by the time the bottom is cooked.
What if my roasts are not browning?
Check that the broiler elements are working after the preheat cycle is done.
And use a meat thermometer to make sure it is cooked thoroughly before eating it, since a roast not properly broiled may not be done inside.
Occasionally, the broil element does not work in bake but doesn't broil because the control board is acting up. Then again, it could be the controllers that turn elements on and off too.
I'll change switches all day before I replace a control board. A new control board would burn a hole in my budget.